Greetings, everyone. MK Mueller back with our very first gratitude game. Woohoo! So excited about this. We are taking some of our games from the 8 to Great curriculum, which we have a K-12 curriculum. We also have a business curriculum for using this in the office setting. And some of them are just plain new. Like the next one I'm going to do is going to be new to everybody because I wrote it this week. But anyway, this one we're going to start with is a tried and true. We guarantee that all of these games are engaging. Okay, so there we go. All right, so this one's called the gratitude drill, and it's great for classrooms, boardrooms. You know, some teachers do it right before a test to calm kids down. Some do it when there's just dead time and the students are getting antsy. But boardrooms, it can be great before a meeting because, of course, everybody is more creative after they've had a little fun. And if you're doing problem solving, you want people to be creative. It's also very popular for long trips. You've got 3 antsy kids in the back and you say, gratitude drill. And here's how it goes. Remember, the power is in the fine points. So listen carefully. First of all, it's best if you start with an odd number. You can do it with an even number, but if I'm doing it in a classroom, let's say I'm going to have 5 students, I'm going to say, I need 5 volunteers. I invite 5 volunteers to raise your hands. I call in 5 people. They come up, and I am very clear about the rules. The first thing I say to the rest of the class is, all right, guys, you are the gratitude police. I will be the gratitude timer. And then you turn back to that group of 5 and you say, here are the rules. You have 3 seconds to come up with a new thing you're grateful for. You may not repeat what you've said as we go around the circle lots of times, and you may not repeat what anyone else said. Or if you do, the gratitude police out there will use their buzzer. Class, can I hear your buzzers? Okay, so if they hear you repeat something, they'll hit their buzzer. And that also means you have to speak loud enough for everybody out there to hear you. Now, if you go over your 3 seconds, I'm the timer and I will hit my buzzer. And what that means is not that you go sit down, but you just step out of the circle. Any questions? Again, you have 3 seconds to think of something you're grateful for. No repeats, and we're going to go around and around the circle until we get our winner. All right, so that sounds very simple, right? There's a couple of little fine points. And one of them is the very first time around, I mean the very, very first time you ever do it, there might be some hesitation by some participants. So sometimes if a student's standing there going, I'll pull on their hair. And they'll go, oh, my hair, right? Or I'll point to their fingers and pull on their fingers. My fingers. So it can be so simple, all right? So you start with whoever. You pick one of the people and say, we're going to start with James. And then James said, he doesn't say the I'm grateful for. He simply says what he's grateful for. So he often will say something like my family. Now, what's allowed is subsets. So the next time around, he could say my mom, my brother, my sister, whatever, okay? But he can't say the word family again. No one can say the word family. Any questions about that? Okay, now, another little fine point is that often the audience wants to play timer. And I go, excuse me, whose job is it to be the timer? And I say, so mind your own business. You are the repeat police. Okay, and then I turn back, and because often I will allow them a couple more seconds than 3, right? Especially if it's the first time around, or if they're really struggling, or I can tell they're just about to say something, I'll give them that extra second, no problem. But then I'll hit the button. Now, here's another fine point. The second time you do this, and I guarantee you the students will ask to do it over and over. It's so much fun. The second or third or fourth time you do it, you're likely not to get anybody down. So how do you know when to stop? Well, you'll know. There'll be something that somebody says that's really funny. I've had lots of those. One time I went around and one of the participants said their own name. And I said, okay, all right, we're done. How many winners do we have? 5, because why? 5 people took risks. Let's give them a hand, okay? But then I'll talk about the fact that that person said they were grateful for themselves. And isn't that important? That we're grateful for ourselves. That's huge. That's top of the power pyramid. And if you don't want to know what a power pyramid is, it's in the book. Again, it's 8 to Great. If you want to be certified in this, you'll get over 100 games and you'll get access to myself or my master trainers for questions about the games anytime you want. So our training is just 5 Zoom calls, and then you're certified in this beautiful 8 to Great process. We'd love to have you do that. We offer at least one new class every month. They do fill up quickly, but yeah, contact us about that. We're at info@8togreat.com, info at the number 8, togreat.com. We'd love to hear from you. And the next video, like I said, I just wrote this week, it's called the Waterworks Challenge. So you want to make sure and come back for gratitude game number 2. That's all for today. Have a good one.